Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Nimble training webinar. My name is Nettie Lamug, and I'm Nimble's Social Media Marketing Associate. Today, I'll go through the entire application, and I will also demonstrate how to use the mobile application. If you have any questions or feedback during today's session, please type them into the question box, and we'll cover them at the end of today's session. Before we get started, let's spend a few minutes discussing what Nimble is. Nimble is an easy-to-use CRM that works for you in Office 365, G Suite, and wherever else you work. It automatically combines your contacts, communication histories, email inboxes, and your calendar appointments. It also integrates with social media and with almost 200 different CS applications. So let me get set up here on my end and start showing you guys the Today page. So here we are on Nimble's Today page. This page was designed to allow you to completely customize it to your own specific needs and the role you play in your company. Before we go over the Today page, we have to make sure that we have connected everything you need onto Nimble. So let's first start in Networks and Imports. You get there by clicking the circle or your avatar on the top right corner of your Nimble account. So over here. And a drop-down menu should appear, and then go down to Networks and Imports. First, let's make sure that your email account is connected to Nimble. Nimble supports all email providers as long as they're IMAP. We do not support POP, however, but if your email is POP, try contacting your email providers and see if you can enable IMAP for you. If you're using Office 365, we have great news for you. You can connect your email, contacts, and calendars with only one click by simply checking all the options right here, email, contacts, and calendar, and then clicking on the Connect Office 365. You will be asked to log into your Office 365 account, then you can pick the contacts you want to import from your Outlook. Please always remember to apply tags to any contacts import to ensure that both you and all other users know who imported what contacts and from where. If you're using Gmail, connecting your account is just as simple as Office 365. The only difference is that you have to scroll down a little bit to be able to connect your Gmail calendar. If you're using other IMAP type emails, simply click Email Accounts, then select IMAP. For connecting your social networks, you have to scroll down a little bit to over here. Nimble currently only directly integrates with Twitter, meaning that after you connect your Twitter account into Nimble, you'll be able to see the entire history of the conversations you've had with your prospects and customers on Twitter directly inside your Nimble account together with your email conversations. Facebook, together with Instagram and LinkedIn, made the business decision a few years ago to close their APIs, so we are currently not able to directly integrate with them. However, we do still make it possible for you to use Nimble on all your favorite social networks with our browser extension called Nimble Prospector, which I will show you later in today's session. You can import your LinkedIn contacts into Nimble by downloading them from your LinkedIn account and then using our CSV import to bring them into Nimble. Again, make sure that your team always are applying tags to all contact imports. If you want to make sure that your LinkedIn contacts are always up to date in your Nimble accounts, you can either run this export and import periodically, or you could use our Nimble Prospector browser extension to bring them in as you add them to your LinkedIn network. Note that Nimble will always automatically merge all duplicates if they have the same email address. As I said, you can import contacts into Nimble from a CSV file over here. This is a convenient way since many companies use many spreadsheets to list their contacts, their customers, and prospects. You can either make sure that all your column names correspond with the names of the fields in Nimble, or you can manually map them upon import. If you're transitioning from a different CRM or importing contacts from LinkedIn, it's very likely that we already know what the original file looks like, and we'll give you the option to select from our saved mappings to save you time on mapping the fields manually. So another way to get your contacts into Nimble is using our integration with PySync. You can see all our integrations by clicking Show More right above Social Networks. PySync is a company that specializes in bi-directional data synchronization. They offer a 14-day trial to all our users. During the trial, you can import as many contacts as you want into Nimble. After the trial expires, you can sync less than 2,000 contacts per month per account. You can enjoy using this integration for free. However, if you need to sync more than 2,000 contacts, there will be a charge associated with it. You can go onto PySync's pricing page. My colleague Megan will share a link in the chat box so you can get a price estimate. This charge will be on top of your Nimble subscription. Now to the Today page. Now that your emails and calendars are connected and your contacts have been imported, the Today page will be filled with more data. The Today page is completely customizable, and you and everybody else in your company can pick what widget they want to see, meaning the widgets can be moved around by either clicking on the Manage Widget option on the right-hand side over here, or on the 3 dots on the top right-hand corner of each widget. Move widget. This will allow you to move the most important widgets at the top of the Today page. Now let's go talk about each one of them. In the Deals widget, you can check the status of deals in your overall pipeline while taking progressive action directly from your dashboard. Click to access engagement history and current insight on key contacts. You can also update deal statuses, add notes to existing deals, or create new deals. In the stage funnel, this will allow you to track your sales funnel. You can monitor your activity, prospects, leads, and opportunities at each stage and see a quick overview of your stages to know where you need to focus to meet your goals. The pipeline chart will show all your deals organized by date. The color coding on each bar gives you a visual of the amount of the deals you're managing by the stage you are in for that month. The task widget, which is my personal favorite, will help you to follow through on all your to-dos. You can see all your open tasks, upcoming, overdue, completed, important, as well as your team's tasks. The Events widget will allow you to review your meetings for the day. You can select from the drop-down menu and see all your calendars that you've connected onto Nimble, or select only your personal account. And the Signals widget, which I believe mine is in the bottom. Yes, it is. You can see how your prospects and customers are interacting with you on Twitter. And the Highlighted Contacts widget will give you the option to see important contacts based on the parameters you set, such as title, location, company, or interest. To personalize your highlighted contacts, you can edit the search criteria by going to the top right corner of your Nimble account. Go to Settings, then Highlighted Contacts, there it is. And then from here, you'll be able to edit the contact keywords. Nimble will be searching these keywords in social and contact bio from your contacts to surface related people, relative people for you to connect with. So now let's go to the contacts page. The contacts page will probably be the one you'll be using the most. Nimble has a lot of features, but it's a contact base at its heart. You can easily select if you want to see just all contacts, just people, just companies, the ones you've marked as important, recently viewed contacts, recently added contacts, the ones you've recently contacted, set up stay in touch reminders, as well as your removed contacts. The account admin can set how many days they will allow the deleted contacts to stay in this folder. Now let's review what an individual contact record looks like in Nimble. So let's go pick on John. You can see all the basic information about a person on the top left, like their name, picture, their title, short bio, and the company they work for. It's very easy to log notes. You can log any past activities, schedule future activities, including custom activities, which the account admin can create in settings, send templated or tracked emails, and create deals. You can also review and edit and create new tags, as well as to qualified leads using the fields like ranking, source, status, type, and owner. The individual fields can be customized in settings under data fields. So on the right side of the contact record, under interactions, you will see the entire history of the interactions you've had with this person, including all notes, emails, Twitter messages, deals, and any activities. You can also use the individual tabs since the main interaction tab might become a little bit overwhelming as your relationships with your customers grow. So under Activities tab, you can also use the drop-down menu to select specific activities you want to view. Under the Messages tab, this will show you all the emails you and your team members have exchanged with your prospects and customers. And also your Twitter interactions will be showing up here. Under Notes, so notes will be searchable once you have several notes. You can easily find the one you're looking for by searching for keywords. And then for deals, this will give you an overall of all deals associated with this contact record. Next to Interactions tab, you will see the Data Fields tab, in which you can create up to 5 custom tabs, and under each of them up to 200 different custom fields. All these fields can be segmented. It's ideal to use for any specific information you'd like to keep about your prospects and customers. Data fields can be configured from settings. So go back to the top right corner of your Nimble account and then go to settings. Go to data fields. And then you and your team members can upload files to contact records from OneDrive, Google Drive, and Dropbox. So let's go back to the contacts page so we can start using our segmentation feature. So you can launch the segmentation by either clicking on the main search box on the top or clicking on the Add Segment option on the left side of your screen. The search engine in Nimble allows you to search across many different data fields to help you organize your contacts into lists. Once you've organized your contacts into lists, you can take bulk actions like send group messages, set follow-up tasks. So as an example, I'll start creating a search. Add contact filter. Let's do last contacted by team. Oh, yeah, last contacted by team. It's not specific. And then let's do email. And is not empty. There we go. You can further refine the search by any original and/or custom fields. Once you have your search, and you could take several actions once you select your contacts. So let's select all of them. So as you can tell, a few things popped up once I selected them. You can mark them as important, apply a tag to them. You can set a stay in touch reminder. You can also merge duplicate tags from here if there are any. You can also export if you are the account admin or the account admin gave you the permission to do so. You can also bulk delete if you are the account admin or the account admin gave you the permission to do so. And you can also send a group message. Here we go. Nimble allows you to send targeted email messages to 100, 200, or 300 contacts per day. This is a great way to send targeted sales outreach or marking messages to list of your contacts. The most common question about Nimble's group messaging is if it could be replaced using a marketing automation system. The simple answer is no. Our group messaging was designed to use in conjunction with our segmentation feature to allow you to send targeted email outreaches. The biggest advantage of using Nimble's group messaging is that the messages are being sent over from your own personal email, so they'll appear as if they're being sent from you, not an email marketing system. When composing emails in group messaging window, you have the option to use the merge tags. I'll do last name since I did first name here. So as you can tell, I used the last name merge tag feature. Nimble will automatically grab the last name from everybody on your outreach list, helping you personalize the message. To set your signature, go to Settings, and then Email Settings, and then go to Email Signature right next to Templates. You can either create a new one or copy and paste your existing signature. Now going back to the group messaging tab, once you create your email, you can also have the option to save it as a template, or you can pick from any existing templates. Templates are shareable, so you can easily share them with your team. Before you send your outreach, you can also send yourself a test message to make sure that everything looks good and to double check that there are no typos in your message and any links you may have added work. After you send your message, you can review the insights on the insights on clicks and opens, as you can see over here from one I sent before. In the report, you can see how many people are interacting with your message. You will see how many people opened your message or have not opened it, and how many of them clicked on the link you included. You can then use Insight to follow up with these people that opened your message more than once or twice and send them another one. So on the activities listing, the new activities listing provides you with a comprehensive table of scheduled and completed activities. The table column can be configured to quickly see which data is important to you. Additionally, activity can be exported. You will be able to select the team members you'd like to create the report on the left side. You can also pick which activities you want to see specifically and select the time frame on the right-hand side of the corner. And you can configure the table to only focus on specific fields. To export your report, click on Export on the button on the top. For deals, you could use the Deals feature to manage sales opportunities, marketing projects, regular projects, renewals, and more. Nimble allows you to create as many pipelines as needed. The account owner can delegate permission to different users to be able to configure and create pipelines. To create a new pipeline or to edit an existing, go to Custom Pipelines. To create a new pipeline, click on Add Pipelines. Name it. I guess I'll just do test 1. Oh, I guess I'll do 2 since there's already one up there. And then you can start creating individual pipeline stages. The number of stages completely depends on your sales process. You can easily drag and drop them. If you need to change the order, rename them, etc. Actually, let's go back to one that I already have with a bunch of them. So I'll show you right over here. You will be able to drag and drop like over here and the amount of days in each stage. So when you go back to the main view of deals, you can select to see the list of your deals in a pipeline or a list. So here's the pipeline view and here's the list view. To create a deal, select New Deals. From there, you can name the deal, relate the deal to multiple contacts and companies, add the valued amount of the deal, schedule an expected close date, project the probability of closing, and choose the beginning stage of your deal. To export your deals from Nimble, click on Export to CSV. You'll be able to choose which deals you would like to export, all, active, won, and loss. You can also export lists based on deals owned by specific team members. And on the last tab, Reports, Nimble enables you to build report-specific pipelines during any time period you select for your team as a whole or by individual users. Choose from one of our present time periods or use the calendar towards the top of the page to set your own. The dashboard is where you can view yourself and your team members' deal progress at a glance. For forecast deals, this will allow you to show all future deal outlooks. You can sort by specific time intervals, for example, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. For deals history, this is where you may view all historical deal results, sorting by time intervals. So we covered all the main features in Nimble. So now let's take a look at how we can use the browser extension on email add-ons to access Nimble from the places where you'll be spending time the most. So Nimble Prospector is a browser extension that is available on Firefox, Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and soon again on Safari. It works on any website, any third-party cloud-based application, and on any social media platform. So let's go to LinkedIn. The Nimble Prospector will allow you to create new records and update existing ones straight from LinkedIn. You can simply hover over any hyperlink anywhere on LinkedIn. So let's go look for someone to pick on. Okay, there we go. Let's pick on Mark a little bit. Oh, gotta press it. And voila. As you can tell, Nimble already created a contact for me to add. So let's add him on there. Oh, I already added him apparently. And also from here, you are able to edit the contact as you want. So I will change his name because obviously that is not his first and last name. So let me change his last name to Schaefer and save. And there we go. And you can also highlight their name when you go to their profile. Nimble also work on any company website. You can open it on any site and it can either bring up an existing contact record or it will automatically create a new one for you. So let's go to Neil Schaefer's website. And it shows up his company. But let's go to his About Me section. My internet's a little bit slow. There, perfect. And then I could just highlight his name. And voila, there is Neil's contact information right there. So now let's take a look at how it works on Outlook. After you install that Outlook, the Nimble Outlook add-on, you'll be able to just click on the Nimble icon in the top right corner to bring it up. If you open an email from a person that you already have an existing contact record for Nimble, you'll be able to update the record as well as mark contact as important, set a stay in touch reminder, create notes, tasks, deals, etc., and see history of interaction. For the web version, okay, I have to load it. The Nimble Outlook add-on is also available in the web version of Outlook. the IU is slightly different. So instead of being able to just click on the Nimble icon, you have to click on the 3 dots in the email. So the 3 dots over here, and then scroll down a little bit, and Nimble should be right there. And there we go. And you'll be able to do what I explained on the desktop version. So for Gmail, if you're using Chrome and have already installed the Nimble Prospector browser extension, the Gmail extension will automatically appear in your Gmail, and you'll be able to do everything that we already covered. For me personally, I actually like to hide it so I could just read my emails a little bit more, because it does take up a little bit more room. So I just have the icon over here on the right side of my emails. So now for the mobile view, let me try to get that set up on my end really quick. I believe it should work now. Oh, yes, it does. That's my kitty. So Nimble is available both iOS and Android. I'm going to be previewing the app on iPhone, but the features on Android are almost identical. Go down. Okay. So the first tab you'll see when you log into the app will be the Agenda tab. It will allow you to quickly see what meetings are on your calendar for the day and the contact records of the people you are meeting with, including information such as when you last spoke to them, their contact details, and if there are any notes you or anybody on your team created, and if there are any pending deals. You can also easily email them and dial them. Under tasks, you'll be able to see all your upcoming, completed, started, and also delegated tasks. You can also create new tasks from here by simply clicking on the plus sign on the top right corner. The Contacts tab allows you to search for individual contact records by using the search box. You can also click on the 3 lines on the left-hand side of the corner of the screen. And from there, you can search all contacts, people, companies marked as important, recently viewed, recently added, recently contacted, stay in touch, as well as to view contacts from saved searches and those that have been tagged. And then once you exit there, in the right-hand corner of your screen, after clicking the plus sign button, you'll be able to choose the option to create a new contact and contact record. Under the Deals tab, you can easily preview from your deals from all your pipelines and also create a new one. And under the More tab, the last one, this will give you the option to view the email tracking, which will give you insight on how many people are interacting with your emails. You'll also be able to set up notifications and easily contact your support, contact our support if you have any questions. So that is the Nimble general overview and mobile overview. Our next training webinar is next Wednesday, and we'll be going over deals, pipelines, and reporting. And then the one after that, we'll be going over another Nimble general overview. We do have a special offer for new users. If you sign up today, you get 30 days of Nimble for free. And now, time for questions. Let me pull up the questions really quick. Megan, do you have those questions in handy? My Wi-Fi is not.
It wasn't letting unmute. Sorry, I was trying to jump in. But hello, everybody. So Tim asked if Nimble doesn't automatically find the LinkedIn profile, is there a way to add them manually that also captures their profile photo? And you can always paste the URL to their LinkedIn on the contact record. And you'd have to save the profile picture on your computer and add it manually because we don't have access to the LinkedIn APIs anymore. So we're not allowed to parse anything from their pages without that. Okay. And then, okay, so regarding mapping, do you do mapping for Little Green Light? I'm assuming you're asking if we integrate with them. So let me check. You can always see what we integrate with because by going to the, I'll just share my screen actually. I think my internet's being slow, so I apologize. So you can see all of the apps that we integrate with by going to, or actually networks and imports. So show more. And then I think you said it was Little Green, which it doesn't look like we do. Otherwise, it would have popped up by now. But I will definitely make a note to tell our dev team about that, and hopefully we can get an integration soon. So the next question was, does your database support household? For example, we want to keep track of households, husband and wife, and their children. I think you could definitely set up a custom pipeline for that use case. But in regards to like having a contact record for a household, a contact record is an individual, so I don't think that you could use it for that, but I definitely suggest using the pipeline feature for that. Why are there so few reports under reports? Yes, we are actually currently working on making our reporting tab more robust. So it's definitely on our roadmap for this upcoming year. And yes, we do integrate with Trello. Again, you would just use the same screen that I had just showed you under the networks and imports. And then when you when you look to expand it to see more, you can type in the app that you want to see if we integrate with. Okay, and then Randy's asking what is the cost of Nimble. So we start at $19 per month per user when billed annually, and if you bill monthly, it is $25 a month. So we definitely recommend people sign up for the annual account. Someone else is asking, does Nimble integrate with e-sign subscriptions? So let me just check because I'm still on the screen. It doesn't look like we do, but I will again tell our dev team. Gary's asking, I have custom data fields and there's no auto sort. I have to manually move so they're in alpha order in my drop down list. Okay, I would recommend reaching out to care@nimble.com about that because it sounds like that might be a bug and they can definitely help you out with that. Raymond's asking how many employees can access the Nimble account. So with Nimble Business, you can actually add unlimited licenses. So you would just have to pay the additional either $19 or $25 per month, depending on how many licenses you add. And then, can you have more than one email account in the Nimble app? Yes, so under the networks and imports page, you would just connect all of the, yeah. So you would just keep adding them, and then you can also go to the group messages tab. And then if you wanted to create a new message, you could choose which email address you want to send the message from. So yeah, we definitely support multiple email addresses. Any tips on merging duplicate contacts? You can only merge contacts. I think I only see what there's like a limit, I think, of like 5 at a time. So I guess the best practice to do that, and again, I'm sorry for my terrible email or my terrible connection. But essentially, if you know the person's name, you can just pull up their name in the search, and then pull up all of the contacts, like the contact records. Yeah, let me see. Name is Michaela. Oh, well, I guess I don't have a duplicate. I probably have a duplicate of John. Ah, okay. So I would just start, no, maybe I have one too many. Yeah, okay. So you can only do 5 at a time, which is why the export or the merge button wasn't available. So after I find all of the contact records that I want to merge, you would just click that button and you would select the primary contact. You can also change the privacy of this contact. Yes, so we suggest doing it from the contact segmentation. And then next question. You have very good questions, Tim. Thank you for asking. And then also, can you provide recommendations for segments? It kind of depends on your use case for them. If you don't mind sharing the FAQ for Nimble segmentation, that would be great. But segmentation is also a great way to clean up your database, because you can pull up, like, if you wanted to use a filter with something along the lines of like email address is empty, or last contacted within the past X amount of days, or past the X amount of days, and you don't want people like that in your database anymore, it's a great way to do like mass organization of your database. And you can also take a lot of group or action from segmentation. So let me just do a quick email is not empty, and last contacted by me in the last 30 days.
Hey, Megan.
Hi.
It looks like, I don't know, I think it's because your internet's really slow. It looks like it's just stuck on one screen and then it slowly goes to like something else. It doesn't show like exactly what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's frustrating. Sorry. But essentially, once you find the segment that you want to build using the segment rules, you can either mark the whole list as important, you can add a tag to them, you can set a stay in touch reminder, again, you can merge, or you can send a group message. So once you identify the exact criteria that you want in the segment, once you build it, it's really easy to take action on it. Okay. Can you connect multiple calendars? Yes, yes you can. Any way to tag multiple contacts and update a field without having to import. I hope that the last question regarding like the segments and tagging multiple contacts at once answered that for you. Can you still see this? No. So one second. Sorry, yeah, my internet is definitely not working. But you said that Nimble. Oh no, did you just answer that?
Yeah, I just answered that. I sent a URL.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it looks like we don't have any more questions.
Okay, well, sounds good. Thank you so much for joining today's webinar, and I hope to see you next week at our Deals Report training webinar. Have a good one.